Welcome friends, Middle-Aged Noob here with another mid-tier light tank replay. Today we're in my ELC even 90. We're on Ghost Town in a standard battle. I'm a tier 8 light tank, top tier. One of 3 light tanks on either side. So, Ghost Town, ELC 90, even 90. I've got this outfitted for spotting, so of course I'm going to go into the 8 line and see what I can spot in those bushes. There's a bit of a dispute going on between the 5916 and the 1357. 1357 feels like the 5916 has stolen his spotting position. Anyway, life's too short to get too worried about that kind of stuff. Anyway, I'm heading over here into the bushes with my camo setup. I feel like I can definitely outspot and stay hidden from really just about anybody on this map, and that's going to pay off in a big way later on. Spotted the T92 early. I spotted him, he didn't spot me. Just more evidence of the power of the even 90 in situations like this. So what is this video about? It's not really about Ghost Town, though the kind of play that I'm going to engage in is really only possible on these kinds of open maps where there's a reasonable amount of soft cover. You know, the power of the even 90 is not in its gun. It's a bit of a wonky gun, though, you know, 3-round autoloader with reasonable amount of damage, decent penetration isn't bad, but unless you really invest in the aiming setup, the gun handling is really quite terrible, and you miss a lot of shots that you wonder why you could possibly miss. It's going to be a bit of a slow start in this video. I'm going to be hiding here in this bush for a while. I'm looking behind me. I see I've got the M4A1 FL10 behind me. I've got the Super Patriot back there and the 1357, but I don't really feel like any of these is really sufficient for me to get aggressive on my spotting. I'd really like to have seen, say, that Scorpion come this way. Then I'd feel a little bit better about moving up. Anyway, in terms of the enemy lights, we spotted the T92, but neither the 1357 nor the Type 64 have been spotted yet. Oh, sorry, the Type 64 has on the far side of the map. Now that the 1357 is advanced without getting any aggro, I feel a little bit more comfortable in advancing myself as well. And I'm going to head up basically as far as I possibly can in this bush line. So now I'm lighting up their back row, well, back of the city here, and I'm really hoping that Artie can kind of make its presence known. I would hope that they would have shots into this part of the map, but so far haven't seen anything. We're down a tank, but we're up hit points. Our mediums on the far side of the map seem to be doing pretty well. Sitting here patiently, beginning to think that there's nobody in this back row. Probably people up in that sniper perch, but nobody kind of back there in the A0, A9 area, which might make it possible for me to advance. Anyway, I'm still not in a rush to do so, because if I do get spotted, this SU-100 can make pretty short work of me. So I'd really like to see him either get taken out or move on before I go very far out into the open field. A little bit of assistance to the Rudy, and he's down, but again, the Rudy's not the one I'm worried about, it's this SU-100. Hoping that Artie would take care of him. So far, no luck. 3-2, 24 hit points up. The Type 64 has retreated. It's clear that the T92 has retreated. Still haven't seen the 1357, but I still want that SU dead. I probably could have been more aggressive here. I could have backed off. But given that we are ahead, I don't feel the need to engage in any heroics at this point. But impatience gets the better of me. I'm going to keep that bush between me and that SU, and I'm going to start heading out here, try to swing wide, and then make an approach where I can maybe get some lights onto the sniper perch or back into the town from a little bit of a safer distance in case I want to try and shoot. 1357 is moving up. I don't know if it's him that lights the G-SOAR. Maybe. G-SOR goes dark again. I get spotted up here. Not very happy about that. I'm really glad the G-SOR is either on the reload or not paying attention, because he could have really taken a chunk out of me. Well, he finishes reload if he was on the reload. Anyway, time to go dark, time to get out of here. We do have 2 Hardy in the game. You would hope that they'd be concentrating on that sniper perch. Certainly they're already as interested in me. 1357 is down. So now it's 5-4. 5-5. We do seem to have a hit point advantage, though it's hard to tell because of course that doesn't stay updated entirely accurately. So I'm going to back off again, try and get some lights back into the city a little bit, and then maybe start to think about trying to light that perch again. We're back up to 7-5, 3,400 hit point advantage. T-92 spotted up there, G-SOR's up there. We're starting to push them into a bit of a back corner, which makes me feel a little bit comfortable. I'm going to edge my way up here. I'm out of spotting range of that T-92. I'm outside his spotting circle, so now I'm moving into it, but I'm going to keep this bush between me and him. Scorpion took out the G-SOR. That's very welcome. I could try to push on the T-92. Not really anxious to do that. Take out their M44. Oh, and there's their 1357. Get a little bit of assistance on him. So had I pushed up there, I would have had to deal with both the 1357 and the T-92. And of course I wouldn't be able to do that with a single clip in my huge long reload time. So I'm glad I didn't push in there really aggressively. 10-7, we again seem to be doing very well. 24, whoops, something happened there. Suddenly are updated to only an 1,800 point advantage. I'm going to come up, back up this way, see if I can't spot either the 1357 or the T-92 again. But again, I don't want to have to try and face both of them. If they come for me aggressively, it's not going to work out well for me. T-92 is coming out to play a little bit. He probably wants to try and see if he can't spot me. That's not going to work out well for him. Trying to outspot an even 90 with a camo setup is not likely to work out very well for you, even if you are another light tank. Trying to edge up here. M spotted, but he's looking the wrong way. Gonna try and take advantage and drop a couple rounds into him. Third one goes astray. Now I'm on a long reload. Gotta back off. Still don't know what happened to that 1357, but I'm very pleased about having dumped a couple of rounds into that T-92. That makes him clippable at this point, which, as you see later on, is going to become important. So our lead is starting to disappear. The mediums on the other side stalled. That Eagle 7 there, who's at full hit points, is a completely new player. I looked after the game, and you'll find that he had been firing high explosives the entire game. So he's not going to prove to be very useful as this game progresses. I'm all alone on this flank. The SU's coming out. He's retreating, I guess, to the sniper perch. Double bush. There's a shot. He's burning. But he had a fire extinguisher, but the second round takes care of him. So there we go. 12 tanks to 10. Restore a bit of the hit point advantage. I'm on the reload. The 5916 is pushing in. But, you know, I don't know if he realizes just how entirely useless that Eagle is, but he's now stuck there entirely on his own, facing these two light tanks, and that doesn't end up very well for him. I might have been able to help, but I was also on the reload, not in a position to get there in time. Try for a shot on the T-92, fail to land it, go dark, but get lit for my efforts. Now I'm worried, and this really surprised me. Suddenly a wild BZ appears out of nowhere. Dodge his shot, sitting here in the bushes so that I'm going to be able to go dark. Hoping that I've gone dark by this point. And wondering what the heck happened to my RD. That, you know, big fat heavy tank sitting out in the open and already doesn't seem to do anything to him. The Eagle 7, as you can see, is basically, I don't know if he's going AFK or not, but he's not moving, he's not doing anything useful from where he is. I suppose he thinks he's guarding the flank. But now the SPZ has made a terrible mistake. He is pushing in on me. The reason that's such a terrible mistake is, well, for one thing, the M44 on our side is taking out their 1357. So if that means that they do not have a light tank besides the T92 to try and help. I'm just trying to light this guy for Artie. I can't do anything to the face of him. Finally, Artie's starting to come in on him, but he's pushing hard for me. He wants me, and presumably he knows that Artie's back here as well. So he's just going to push right in. I'm trying to keep the bushes between me and him. He's never going to spot me as long as there's a bush between us. And so I'm now angled into a position where I can double bush, and I've got his side. And don't ask me where that shot went. Oh, that one went in. And there's another one, including critical damage. So I'm hoping that having pinned them there, Artie's going to be able to do something to finish him off. I continue to move because I'm worried that he's going to blind shoot me from that position. Oh, I see our Eagle 7 is now moving. Maybe he's going to try his luck with that T92. So come back here to relight this guy. Still not getting all that much assistance from Artie. There's a little bit. So I'm going to relocate to another place where I can get his side. Always being careful to stay double bushed. So now he's retreated into a position where he can keep his frontal armor towards me. So, you know, I could shoot all day at the front of him. APCR or standard ammo, doesn't matter. I'm not going through. So I'm relocating to try and find another angle on him. Got to be a bit careful because, again, I need to stay double bushed in order to be able to both go unlit and to be able to shoot at him without getting lit. So I'm going to try and get over this way. So he's got that bush that's right beside him. And I've got this bush here. One shot, two shot, he's on fire, and there he goes. So, lovely demonstration of how a light tank can deal with heavy tanks on an open map like this. They've got bushes to work with. I mean, I didn't do anything exceptional here. Nothing that other people couldn't do if they have knowledge of the bush mechanics. I'm sitting here, okay, now the T92 is pushing on me. My reload's not done, but he doesn't seem to have lit me yet. My reload's up. Auto aim. Clip 1. Clip 2. Don't even nerd the third round. And down he goes. So there we go. The victory. So let's take a look at the end plates. Victory, of course. 4 kills, 2591 in damage, 708 in assistance. That's acceptable. Only a first class. 1176 in base XP, top of the team for base XP. And top of the team for damage. Again, unusual in a light, but circumstances really paid off for me. You see that our Eagle really didn't accomplish a lot down there. 111 damage for him. So, 19 shots fired, 16 hit, 13 penetrated. Made some money on this game. Didn't have to fire any premium because I was shooting at the sides of tanks. So, there you have it. This is an example of what a light tank can do when left to its own devices with on an open map where there are bushes to work with. Hope you enjoyed it. Good luck, have fun, and we'll see you on the battlefield. This is Middle-Aged Noob wishing you a very pleasant day.